The Four Chaplains, a story of sacrifice that changed history. What does it mean to be a hero? Is it wearing a uniform, holding a weapon, or charging into battle? Or is it something deeper, something that comes from within? This is the story of four men who redefined heroism. Four chaplains, four faiths, one unimaginable act of courage. Their sacrifice didn't just save lives, it changed history. And by the end of this story, you'll ask yourself, could I do the same? It was January 1943, the height of World War II. The US Army Transport Dorchester sailed through the icy waters of the North Atlantic, carrying over 900 souls, soldiers, crew, and civilians. Their destination, Greenland. But the journey was anything but safe. German submarines lurked beneath the waves, and everyone on board knew the risk. The ship was a floating target, and the men were living on borrowed time. On board were four Army chaplains: George Fox, a Methodist minister; John Washington, a Catholic priest; Clark Poling, a Dutch Reformed minister; and Alexander Goode, a rabbi. Four men of different faiths, united by a single purpose: to serve those in need. Little did they know, their mission was about to take a tragic turn. By the fifth day of the journey, tension was high. The crew had detected a German submarine stalking the ship. The captain ordered everyone to sleep in their clothes and wear life jackets. Fear hung in the air like a thick fog. The chaplains, sensing the unease, had planned a talent show to lift spirits. But as the threat grew, they cancelled it, opting instead for a simple gathering to calm the men. That night, the chaplains moved among the soldiers, offering words of comfort, prayers, and even holding mass. They knew the danger was real, but they also knew their duty, to bring hope to the hopeless. And then, just after midnight, the unthinkable happened. At 1 a.m. on February 3rd, 1943, a German torpedo struck the Dorchester. The explosion was deafening. Dozens were killed instantly, and chaos erupted. Men scrambled to the deck, only to find lifeboats frozen or unusable. The ship was sinking fast, and the icy waters of the North Atlantic offered no mercy. Amid the panic, the four chaplains sprang into action. They calmed the frightened, tended to the wounded, and guided the lost. They handed out life jackets, but when the supply ran out, they did something extraordinary. They took off their own life jackets and gave them away. "I have an extra pair," one chaplain lied, knowing it would cost him his life. As the ship tilted and sank, the four chaplains stood together, arm in arm, praying for the men they had sworn to serve. They didn't see faith, rank, or race. They saw humanity. And in their final moments, they showed the world what true unity looks like. Of the 900 on board, 672 perished that night. But the legacy of the four chaplains lives on. They were posthumously awarded Purple Hearts, Distinguished Service Crosses, and a special medal created just for them. But their true reward was the lives they saved and the example they set. Army Major General Bill Green Jr., the current Army Chief of Chaplains, said it best. Despite their differences, the four chaplains were united in their desire to provide comfort, care, and calm to their shipmates. They made the ultimate sacrifice when the supply of life jackets was exhausted, and they all removed their own to give them to others. Shift to modern relevance. Today, their story reminds us that heroism isn't about glory. It's about sacrifice. It's about giving when you have nothing left to give. It's about standing together, even when the world tries to tear us apart. The four chaplains didn't just teach us how to die, they showed us how to live. 82 years later, their story still resonates. It challenges us to ask, what would we do in their shoes? How can we live a life of service, no matter the cost? As we honor their memory, let's carry their legacy forward. Let's choose unity over division, courage over fear, and selflessness over selfishness. Because in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Four Chaplains Day, February 3rd, 2025. Remember their sacrifice. Live their legacy. It is a day of reflection for military chaplains.